Hi, kindergarten friends. We're going to do another apple activity today. Before we do, I'm going to read you just a cute little book. It's a very short one. It's called I Am an Apple. I am an apple. Little girl on the cover looking at the apple tree. When you open up to the title page, you see a green apple with the leaves. I am a red bud. I live on a branch in an apple tree. Okay, and you see the little bird in the tree? Okay, so this is the tree, and all this is, you see the branches, and there's no leaves on there yet. But do you see the little buds? It's not an apple yet, it's just a little bud. I grow in the rain. I unfold. I grow in the sun. I am an apple blossom. So it starts out as a little bud, okay? And then it starts to grow. So you see, it's gonna open up. And now the pink part, that's called the blossom. So it grows from this, it gets its stem, it gets its leaves, it opens up, it gets its pretty petals. It grows in the rain, it grows in the sun, and it opens up into a beautiful blossom. An apple blossom. I have 5 petals. I am beautiful. I love this picture. If you ever get a chance to go up where the apples grow, and that's a good time to do it in September and October, and you see a real apple, and when they have the blossoms on them, they are so, so, so beautiful. Well, September, October, they're ready to be picked. That's harvest time. If you can go sooner, that would be springtime. You could see the beautiful blossoms. And look at the girl, she thinks they're so beautiful, so she's painting the apple blossom on the tree. In time, my petals fall to the ground. So the pink petals fall off, and this is what's left. I wonder what that's round like an apple. Let's watch that, see what happens. Oh, the bee's coming, right? Now I am a small apple. I hang by my stem. The stem brings me water and food. Okay, so now you can tell that that's the apple. Here's the leaves, here's the branch. Okay, and when it rains or somebody waters a tree, the water goes from the ground up into the trunk, into the branches, into the leaves, into the stems, and that's how the apple gets its water. I grow bigger and bigger. If you pick that apple right now, it'd be very sour. They're not quite ripe yet, right? My tree is full of apples. And what color are the apples? Green, right? They're not quite ready to be picked yet. Look at the cute little butterfly is enjoying the apples, and the boy is enjoying the apple tree. He's swinging in the apple tree. Once we were green, now we are red. Red, redder, reddest. So they go from green, and then they start to turn colors, and now they're getting red, and now they're really red. That's the reddest. We are ready to be picked. So the boy and the girl get a big basket, and they go out and pick the apples. That's called harvest. Most apples are picked by farm workers. Truckers drive us to the market. This is a farm worker. He's picking the apples, okay? And they're gonna take them to the stores. The trucks will drive them to the stores. Apples come in different shapes and colors. Some are sweet, some are sour. Look at all the colors. Do you see the red, the green, and the yellow? I wonder which ones are sweet and which ones are sour. I bet some of you know the answer. I know the answer, but I don't want to tell you because I want to wait till Thursday when we do our apple tasting. Applesauce is made from apples. What else is made from apples? So the applesauce, they're cooking the apples, they peel them, they cut them, and they put them in the pot, and they heat them up, and they get them nice and hot, and then they get them all soft and mushy. You have to add some sugar because they're a little tart, and you can make your own applesauce. When we're in the classroom, we always make applesauce with all of our leftover apples. It's so delicious. Each apple has a star of seeds inside. The star has 5 parts, just like the flower. Remember the apple blossom had the 5 petals? So when you cut the apple open like this, you get the star inside. And I showed you that yesterday. The little worm was looking for a house with a star inside. If you plant apple seeds, what do you get? If if you plant the seeds, dig a hole and plant the seeds that come from the apple, what do you think you're gonna get? You got it. You're gonna get a beautiful apple tree. So here it is with the pretty pink blossoms on it. That would be in the springtime, and then at the end, they would the apples would grow. And this shows you the story of an apple. This is called the life cycle. So it starts out, I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna start on the seed. The seed grows into the tree, okay? And then the tree gets the bud, and then the bud grows the beautiful apple blossom. And then remember the petals fall off, and then you get the apple. And then you can cut the apple or eat the apple and take the seeds and plant them, and it starts all over again. So if you want to take your seeds from your apples and plant them, you will get an apple tree, but it'll take a long time, okay? All right, so what I want to do, since we've learned about apples for a couple of days, is I want you to get out your black folder. Okay, I put in some things for September and October. And one of the things I put in there is the little book called The Apple Tree. And if you watch the calendar video, I taught you this little song today. So I have my little apples, and I'll do it one more time. It's a song, I guess it's a poem. It goes like this. Way up high in the apple tree, two little apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came the apples. They fell off to the ground. You pick one up, you pretend to bite it, or if you want to bite it, you can. Were they good. Now I'm going to rub my belly. Let's do the whole thing one more time. Way up high in the apple tree, look up there. Two little apples smiled down at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came the apples. I got to pick it up off the ground. And were they good. I don't really want to take a bite because I'm using these apples for other things. Okay, so this little book, I mean, this is a really little book, isn't it? It's called The Apple Tree. The word the is going to be our new sight word this week, okay? So I haven't introduced it yet, but I will. The Apple Tree, or The Apple Tree. Okay, so each page, now it's a little hard to read, but if you remember the poem, if you do it enough time, it'll be in your memory, and then you can just point to the words, okay? Way up high in the apple tree, on this side it says, two little apples smiled down at me. So this, you start out with just the apple tree, and then you've got the two apples that are smiling down at the girl. She's looking up at them. I shook that tree as hard as I could. So now you see in the picture that she's shaking the tree. She doesn't want to go get a ladder and climb up the ladder. She can't reach the apples, so she's shaking the tree, and the apples fall down. I shook that tree just as hard as I could. Down came the apples, down came the apples. And were they good. Now remember the week that we had that book that was just called Okay, everything you took a bite of, you said that's what they're doing. M is they were good. And at the end it says the end. Okay, all I'm going to have you do is just color this. You can practice reading it. Like I said, it's kind of a hard book to read, but if you remember the poem, because we've done it a few times now, you can just practice pointing to the words or have mom or dad read it to you. Don't forget, here, I'm just going to color the first page. You know what? No, I'm not, but I'll color it later and put it on the assignment page so you can see. So with the crayons, I'm going to color the apples red. I'm going to color the trunk and the branches and the limbs of the tree brown. I'm going to color the leaves green. Okay. I don't want a purple apple tree. I don't want a orange apple tree. I want the apple tree to look like a real apple tree. And then on this page, I'm going to color the same thing with the girl. Okay, I'm going to color the two red apples here. I'm going to color the red apples here. You're coloring the tree, okay? And then there's the girl when she's eating her apple. And again, you do not have to take a picture of every single page for me. Just take a picture of your favorite page, send it to me so that I know you watched the video and I know that you colored your book. And then don't forget, your book is going to go in your book box. Look at, you can see the books I have. Last week I added my tea book. I added my green book. And then I have all my other books in there from before. And don't forget, you guys, I'm not going to assign this every week. It's up to you guys to try to read the books in your book box. Okay, try to read every day or before you go to bed, 2 or 3 books a day. And before you know it, you're going to have that reading log all filled up. And then you'll get your free pizza from Pizza Hut and your award. Okay, bye-bye.